Who is having a harder time dating right now? Because it is men versus women here. Men are saying that dating is just completely stacked up against them, and women are saying that it has never been worse. One side says, nobody's giving me a chance, while the other side says, I can't find anybody genuine. So who's actually right? Honestly, both sides are struggling, just in completely different ways. Hello, my single lovelies. It's Denise with Dating Food Talks, and we're going to jump into a topic that's pretty hot right now, and I am going to point out what to do and what not to do, and of course, we're going to talk about what is tasty and not tasty in the respect of dating, men versus women. And if you like what I have to say, give me a like, and if you think somebody needs to hear this, share it on over, and of course, please subscribe to YouTube. All right, so let's jump into this. We got a real problem here because dating in 2026 has become exhausting for everybody. And the problem is men and women are experiencing completely different realities while arguing about whose pain matters more. But the truth really is both sides feel like they're losing. So we got to look how to spot this on a date, right? That's what Food Talks is all about. So we got to look for the actual signs of this. So let's just say you sit down with someone and immediately you can feel the pressure. One person is trying to impress and the other person is trying to evaluate. One person fears rejection, the other fears disappointment. And because both people are walking in very guarded, nobody is relaxed. No fun. So you need to watch for that. Does the date feel natural? Or does the date feel like there's two exhausted people sitting there just trying to survive this interview process? Because dating today often feels less like connecting, right? And it feels more like performance. You need to remember, though, the perception of the male side as well, because that's important here, ladies. You got to pay attention to this. A lot of men today, they feel invincible, right? They are struggling to get a match. They are struggling to stand out, and they are struggling to even get a response. And when they do, they're feeling a lot of pressure immediately to impress. They're leading the conversation, right? They plan the date. They provide value very quickly by talking about themselves, letting you, up-talk themselves, let's say. And all the while, they're competing for your attention in an environment where attention is scarce, right? So after enough rejection, a lot of men are become very discouraged and they're disattached, or they just, honestly, they've emotionally just shut down. Now, from the female perspective here, all right, the problem usually isn't a lack of attention, right? It's a lack of quality. A lot of women are overwhelmed with all these options, but they're underwhelmed with the consistency, right? The experience, the mixed signals, emotional unavailable people, hot and cold behavior, people wanting access to them without real commitment. So while men may be struggling with getting attention, women often struggle with trusting it, because attention does not automatically mean intentions are genuine. All right. And this is where there's a huge disconnect happening. Men struggle with access. Women struggle with quality. One side thinks you have endless options, and the other side thinks you have no idea how exhausting those options are. And honestly, both experiences are real, because having no opportunities feel painful. It's a painful feeling. But sorting through consistent disappointment is freaking exhausting as well. Now, let's talk about social media here because dating apps have completely changed the dating culture. People now believe that there's always someone better. Let me just swipe left and right. Let me just see. And social media has inflated these expectations on both sides. Men are feeling pressure to consistently perform success, and women feel the pressure to consistently compete under unrealistic standards. And now everybody's comparing their dating life to this curated online fantasy. It's completely unhealthy here. But here's the part that no one is really hearing. Both sides are contributing to the problem. So men avoid emotional maturity while demanding loyalty, and women are ignoring some really good people while chasing the emotional chaos. Some people communicate very poorly. Some avoid honesty. Some expect perfection, while others offer very little of themselves. And until people start taking accountability, dating is going to stay broken. So, here's what you have to do. Stop treating dating like it's a competition. All right? Stop assuming that on the other side, it's getting a little easier, and start focusing on communication, clarity, consistency, emotional maturity, because healthy relationships are not, built through gender wars. They are built through understanding. Right? Okay. So tasty is clear communication, emotional availability, realistic expectations, and consistency. Understanding each other's experiences without dismissing them. Not tasty is playing games, performance, like it'd be perfect online. Oh my God, it's the worst. Treating dating like it's a marketplace and assuming that the other side has absolutely no struggles, right? Avoiding accountability. Dating today is so much harder for so many people, not because men and women are enemies, but because modern dating has created this pressure, confusion, unrealistic expectations for both sides. So maybe the better question isn't who has it harder. Maybe the real question is, how do we start dating like human beings again? All right, my single lovelies, Dating Through Talks always tells you the truth. I'd love to hear your comments. Do you think men have it harder, or do you think women are having it harder? And tell me why. Okay, until next time.